wake up in a twisted meadow, surrounded by flames, broken trees, and something watching from the shadows. You're not alone, and you're definitely not safe. Somewhere on this island, mercenaries are tracking you, dinosaurs are roaring through the jungle, and the only way to survive is to fight like hell. Ferocious throws you into a world where nature dominates, bullets are scarce, and every second could be your last. This isn't about making it out alive, it's about claiming the island before it claims you. Welcome to the breakdown of Ferocious. This is Infinity Gaming. There's no welcome party, no voice in your ear guiding you, just the defining crash of waves and the sting of salt in open wounds. You crawl from the wreckage of a transport chopper, fire licking the edges of broken rotor blades. All you can hear are distant animal cries and gunfire echoing through the jungle. The beach is littered with gear, bodies, and pieces of a plan that clearly went sideways. You stand up, soaked, alone, and hunted. Whatever this place is, it's not just wild, it's hostile. It's no rescue mission. This is a survival test written in blood and sand. As you step off the shore, the jungle swallows you whole. Trees stretch high like the ancient guards, their roots twisting around skeletons of past explorers. But the island is far from empty. Something stalks between the trees, fast, low to the ground, and hungry. You hear hisses in the dark, branches breaking, and not all of them from dinosaurs. Armed mercenaries with orders to kill roam the area in tight squads, voices clipped, guns raised. They aren't here for you, but you're now part of that problem. In Ferocious, the island doesn't play fair. You're the weakest thing here, and everything knows it. Combat in Ferocious isn't clean. It's dirty, desperate, and fast. You don't reload behind cover with calm hands. You panic fire into the trees, reload while sliding down a slope, and you shoot your last bullet just as something leaps from the bushes. The first time you empty a clip into a raptor's skull, your hands won't stop shaking. Every fight feels earned. Guns have weight, kicks have power, and nothing dies easy. You fight in caves, rivers, canyons, and thick jungles. Anywhere survival forces you. And when it's over, you don't cheer. You breathe because you're still alive for now. There's no armory waiting for you. What you carry is what you scrape together from fallen soldiers, downed choppers, and rusted crates buried in the mud. A worn rifle here, a homemade grenade there. You tape a flashlight to a pistol and call it an upgrade. Crafting becomes second nature. Scraps of metal turn into traps, wire becomes snares, and broken glass, that's a warning line around your camp. Your loadout is never perfect. That's what makes every encounter thrilling. You learn to fight smarter, not louder, because in this place, every bullet echoes like a flare in the night. What starts as a few random encounters quickly turns into calculated ambushes. The mercenaries learn your tactics. They'll flank, suppress, and force you into kill zones. Dinosaurs grow bolder, testing your defenses, probing the weak spots. One day it's a lone raptor, the next, a pack that moves like it's practiced. You become the hunted in your own plans. It's not about being strong, it's about adapting fast, switching routes, changing gear, never getting comfortable. The AI doesn't wait for you to master the game. It throws you into chaos and forces you to make it out the hard way. You might forget this is a game until something leaps out the fog and reminds you. The island is a masterpiece of terror and beauty. Golden light filters through dense canopies. Storms roll in, flooding rivers and shaking your shelter apart. Day turns into night with eerie silence, and you realize you're not ready for what comes after dark. You don't just walk through environments, you survive inside them. Cliffs crumble, trees burn, caves collapse. The terrain isn't a background, it's a living, breathing part of the experience. It's a living, breathing part of the experience, and it never stays the same. The island doesn't tell you its secrets. You have to dig them up. A helmet covered in moss, a bloodstained notebook under a tree rock, a bunker with claw marks on the ceiling. Every object is a breadcrumb, and as you piece it together, the truth becomes harder to ignore. This place was never meant to be found. The mercs aren't just cleaning up, they're covering something up. You follow trails that lead to sunken labs, fossilized ruins, and experiments that were never supposed to leave paper. It's environmental storytelling at its most immersive, dark, subtle, and haunting. This isn't a place for survival. It's a puzzle wrapped in fangs and fog. Strange statues tower over cliff faces. Giant machines lie buried under jungle vines, humming with dormant energy. You hear chants echoing through caves with no people in sight. And when you finally reach those off-map locations, places the devs clearly didn't expect most to find, you wish you never did. There's something else on this island. Something old, something watching. And the more you uncover, the more you realize this isn't just a survival story. It's the beginning of something much bigger. Ferocious doesn't force you down one path. It opens the jungle and lets you decide how to make it through. You can go loud, unleash every round you've got, and letting the trees catch fire behind you. Or you can crawl through brush, silent as the wind, letting traps and timing do the work. The choice isn't about style, it's about instinct. Some fights aren't worth picking. Some enemies aren't worth waking. Whether you play like a ghost or a storm, the island always reacts and it never forgets. A sunny day in Ferocious means little. Skies shift fast. Storms erupt with zero warning. One moment you're hiking across a mountain pass with clear vision. The next you're in a monsoon with 5 feet of visibility and raptors stalking your every step. Thunder masks the sound of something creeping behind you. Lightning gives you enough of a glimpse to regret taking that path. Weather isn't just a detail, it's a mechanic. It changes the game. Sometimes it helps. Most of the time, it just makes surviving harder. Every detour has a story. Climb a waterfall and you might find a crashed drone with encrypted data. Squeeze through a gap in the rocks and discover a lost cave filled with ancient bones and scattered gear. Exploration in Ferocious isn't just about scenery. It's about digging deeper, pushing boundaries, discovering secrets that give you an edge or a warning. Some upgrades, weapons, and supplies aren't marked. They're earned by those who dare to leave the trail and go where the game doesn't beg you to look. That's where the good stuff hides. Ferocious comes from a small indie team with a big vision, and it shows. Even with limited resources, they've crafted a brutal, polished experience that feels on par with major studio releases. Built in Unity, it punches above its weight with breathtaking visuals, razor-sharp gameplay, and a world that reacts to your every move. The team didn't just build a shooter, they built an experience that grabs you by the collar and drags you into the dirt. From the smallest particle effect to the most intense gunfire, there's passion and grit in every frame. This is survival done right. This is indie power at full throttle. The demo's already out, and I've spent hours pushing through it. Available since June 6, 2025, during Steam Next Fest, this demo offers the first 2 chapters, the dense jungle coastline and the muddy swamps beyond. From the moment you crash land and you draw your first weapon, it feels like you're stepping into a little movie you control. Playing the demo, I felt the gravity of choice and how to survive. Be it sneaking past patrol, the world reacts to your decisions, and the combat, visuals, and tension pulls you in fast. This is more than a tech preview. It's a glimpse of something powerful. Though there's still no official release date, plans for PC via Steam are solid, and console ports are on the table depending on community demand. If this demo's a teaser, then I'm ready for the feature presentation. There are survival games, and then there's Ferocious. What makes it stand out isn't just the dinosaurs or the gunfights. It's the way every element feels tied to a real place with real danger. There's no hand-holding, no safety net. You don't memorize patterns. You react, adapt, and overcome. The island lives and breathes with you. It punishes hesitation and rewards boldness. If you're a fan of Far Cry, Crysis, or Turok, you're going to feel right at home. But Ferocious turns the dial up on fear, freedom, and firepower. After spending time deep in the wind with Ferocious, I can honestly say it's one of the most intense and refreshing survival FPS games I've played in years. It reminded me of the chaos and beauty of Crysis, with the unpredictability of the forest and the raw tension of Turok, but with its own primal identity. This is a game that forces you to feel every choice. It doesn't want you to survive, it wants you to earn it. If that got your heart racing, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment, hit like, and share it with your crew. Don't keep the fire to yourself. More chaos, more action, only on Infinity Gaming. Let's go.